guys, welcome to Dotting with Dragons. My name is Steph. Welcome in if you're new, welcome back if you're returning. Today I'm going to unbox a couple of kits from my favorite small shop, Jaded Gem Shop. You can see we've got Gamer Girl, a pixel charted kit, which means a hand-rendered style, more bold. And then we've got a hybrid charted kit called Leaf Blanket, and that one is a little bit more of a softer render style. That's what you get with the more computer charted or hybrid rendered style. So we're going to start with the pixel charted kit so that I can share with you kind of the differences. So this is Gamer Girl, which this is fun. So a while back, Jade started doing hand rendered kits, and obviously there's a lot of demand for that. So she went ahead and opened it up that if you or a group of you make pool together, you can prioritize getting a piece done, or even just getting a piece done in general. Like, not every hybrid rendered kit is going to eventually become a pixel charted kit, but if there's one that you really want, then you can kind of pool together with other people to try to get that done. So I've never done anything like that before. This is the washi tape that just fell out. That's really cute. It's like a crown with diamonds. So I've never done anything like that before. So there was enough people to go in on this. I paid like $10 and it went into the pool of getting this one prioritized. So eventually it was released as a pixel charted kit. And then I got it ordered. And so here it is. I'm really excited for this one. This is, I think this is my first kit by this artist. Woo! You can see this is one of the first differences you'll notice. If we are a hybrid rendered kit, the drain trill doesn't come like this. Oh my gosh. The drill train. The drill train doesn't come like this. There is no train, there's just baggies. So this is Gamer Girl's, and you can actually see we've got some glimmers and crystals right up top. So there's the drills. We got a cute little cover minder. This is a watermelon. So there's different fruits and vegetables that she get. I love those cover binders, and what those do is when you're working on your kit and you peel back the plastic and you want it to stay back for a while, you sort of just pin it with a magnet. So here we have a very nice sticky field. Also, the washi tape is really nice to section off your canvas so you can create sections for what to work on. You can also use it to cover up this excess glue that goes just a bit beyond the border. I have another method I like to deal with that, but that's one option for you. Okay, so washi tape is still very helpful with this. All right, so inside of our kit, and Jade's canvases have this really soft, it's like a blanket. We've got 3 pieces of cover sheets. So if you want to remove the plastic and then you use this to kind of put it on the sticky and help you work, you can do that. I do that occasionally. You can also do that with, actually there's 4. I also prefer to do that with my cross stitch conversions, actually. Here is a gorgeous picture of the original art. And we've got 61 colors in here. So we've got an L, 2 M's, 2 G's, 1, 2, 3, 4 crystals. So this is chock full of specials. I love that. L is, I believe, glow in the dark. M is metallic. G is glimmer. And C is crystals. So we've got 4 crystals? Yeah, wow. Okay, so that's cool. So that's a lot of specials in this one. That is a lot of fun. Yeah, okay, cool. So that's our original artwork. I will put that in my logbook. I'm so excited. I have had this one since it was released and I have not unboxed it yet. So this is so cool. Okay, so the kit itself, will come. Actually, before we get into that, let me show what it looks like, okay? So this is the website, Gamer Girl, Pixar Charted. You see it's also ready to ship, which means she has some in her warehouse in California. We've got a choice. You can choose square or rounds. And then there are these other things you can add to it. Now you cannot add more specials because she's already got those charted. It comes in one size, so you cannot choose the size. And here is a rendering of where all those special drills will be on the canvas. It does not say which drills will be where, but that's kind of what we're going to take a look at. And then what it includes. So I would always recommend too, there's always some kind of coupon on her website. She does do some pretty good sales several times a year. So definitely wait for one of those sales. You can earn points and all that good stuff. Okay, so anyway, I digress. So back to the canvas. So here is our pixel charted version. You can see big areas of color blocking. Okay, that is one of the main differences between a pixel charted hand rendered kit and a mostly computer rendered kit. There's a lot of unnecessary, sometimes confetti in computer charted kits, and you will not find that in these. So you can see this lovely picture. These colors are so vibrant. I love that. And it just says gamer. This is definitely one that I am in a gamer household. I am not the primary gamer, but this is definitely one that I could see being put in like a poster and put in a game room or something. If we don't have a game room, but I mean, one can dream, right? So yeah, I love that. And it just, yeah, it doesn't say girl, it just says the gamer. And I love that. So it's kind of got like this old, there's a style. There's another artist. I am blanking on his name right now, but he kind of does a style like this. And I love that this artist kind of took inspiration from him on that. He's an old masters artist. I am just blanking on the name of him. Anyway, so as you can see, very, very clear drill field. We've got a lot of color blocking, which means the same color in your multiplacer for a while, and then you've got some confetti, which is like color changes. The confetti is going to give you some really cool details though, and it's going to make it really stand out. So this is gorgeous, and she's got a controller in her hand, and then oh my god, I just love this, like all of the little like throwbacks. Okay, you've got, what is this here? Let me see in the original artwork. Chips. She's got a bag of chips because when you're gaming, you're snacking. We got a blue hedgehog. Okay, who's that? Sonic. We've got, this looks like an SNES maybe down here. We've got a Game Boy. We've got an Atari right here. Those are all gaming systems. A keyboard, of course, for our computer gamers. We've got a drink here. We've got Mario and the Mario mushrooms. We've got some Mega Man. We've got Link. We've got some of the Mario fly trap guys. This is just so cool. As a child of the 80s and 90s, this speaks to me on so many levels. Okay, anyway, very nostalgic here. Because as a kid, I played all these games. All right, so anyway, so what I'm going to do, I love the vibrancy of this. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to look through this honka chunka drill train. This is probably the longest drill train I've ever had. Anyway, I'm going to look through here, find our specials, and then show you where they go. Because the thing is that even though the website tells you where they're going to be, they don't share which ones are going to be where. So I'll be right back with that in a moment. Okay, so we've got 9 special drills here, and I wanted to kind of take a moment just to kind of show you and get you an idea of what you're going to be looking at. So we've got 4 crystal drills, 436. It's this beautiful sort of like bronzy yellow. 444, which is more of like a true yellow, a little bit. 742, which is like a golden, darker, deeper yellow. And 3823, which is more of like a, how would I describe this one, guys? It's like a almost like tarnished silver looking color. It's very pretty. So we've got one. So the numbers that I've put on here, 1 through 4 to 5, 6, that's actually what they're indicated with on the canvas. So all of our specials are going to have numbers. So I appreciate that. Makes it a little bit easier to find. And then 5 is probably the one we have the most of. We've got like several more packs of this drill waiting off on the wings. This is a glimmer drill, 161, very pretty blue. And then 415. This is a little bit more subtle of a shimmer on these gray drills, but they do have a beautiful finish. Then we've got some metallics. So we've got 434. This is a sort of like a real bronzy type metallic. Got 740. It's more of like an orange metallic. And then we've got our, now they did put the T in front of here. Jade just says L. L3823, which is more of like a greenish yellow, I guess. Okay, so as far as where these are gonna go, now if I, oops, tableto went to sleep. Okay, so if I pull this up and we look, we can see here, let's see if I can, yeah, so you can see where all these specials are going to go. The easiest way that I can say this is the background color is going to be this glimmer 161 drill. Okay, so that's why I have so much of that. And that's kind of, I've got a whole bunch of bags of these kind of sitting off. So right now, I'm just going to put these off to the side so that I can show you. Get the canvas. It's a little unwieldy because it's so big. All right, so this color right here, this is all the number 5. Okay, so we've got it all through here. Okay, and then we go down, it's all the blue in between the detailing and off to the sides, and we've got it a little bit in here, a little bit in here. I'm just gonna see the best way to do this. I guess would be to flip. We've got a little bit here, so it really is that background blue color. It's not Mega Man, it's not him. It's here, okay, and then it's down here. Okay, so this is like a lot. It actually would be fun. So this keyboard is a lot of 310 in here, but this, at least I'm pretty sure. Wait, am I wrong? Wait, is that 310? No, that's a 3371. Okay, so no, that isn't 310. I was gonna say, that might be kind of fun to kind of like outline some of this in like a pixie black. Like 310. Anyway, I digress. So this color is mostly in this background. All right. So you're going to get a lot of pretty shimmer from that. Now, because there's going to be so much of that, that will definitely be noticeable. And it's just, they're fun to work with. You know, they don't stick weird like other specials, and they're just fun to work with. Okay. So now coming back up here, so basically any number on the canvas is going to be a special. So when I look here, for instance, we've got 4, 2, 3, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So those were 1 through 4, if you remember, were all of these crystal colors. Okay. And they're all kind of like in this family of colors. And you can see that's going to be this whole like yellowish design here. And it even goes down here through some of the plants. And then if we look over here, it's the same thing. We've got all these. So this is all going to be crystal. Okay. And then this outline here, this outline, this yellowing, that's going to be all crystal. The stars, this is number 9. So this is our L color, okay? And these stars, that's all gonna be that. Number 9, 9, 9. Yeah, so that's gonna be really cool. And then as we get down into her outfit, like necklace plus whatever this is all gonna be special. These are gonna be the crystals. So again, we've got that whole like crystal family of different like oranges and yellows. Okay, so this family right here is going to be like interchanged in a rainbow around her, this really pretty piece of jewelry. So that's where those are going to go. And then, let's see. Looking for more numbers. So the crystals, that's pretty, it's like, yeah, if you're going to have something like a big like jewelry piece, that's pretty common for us to see specials charted there. Let's see. And that's another difference between the hybrid and the hand charted versions, is that sometimes in the hybrid charted kits, it's like the specials sometimes feel very randomly added. Like I'm not always sure that they make sense for where they go. And sometimes you really luck out and you get a ton of a special drill, and then sometimes there's only like a couple here or there. So it really kind of depends on the piece of art. But when you get a hand charted person, it's very meticulously chosen where those are going to go to enhance the piece. And then of course we've got more crystals down here in this sort of edging. So I feel like we really got a good look at where the crystals are going and where this blue glimmer is going. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to find the other glimmer and the Lumos drills. That was pretty obvious in the stars. So what I'd like to do is figure out where these metallics 7, 8, and then this glimmer 6 are going. So I can see a little bit of the sorry, Butterfingers. I can see a little bit of the glimmer here, like 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, all on the keyboard. So that's like, okay, because it's gray, you know, so this canvas is very colorful. But there's not a ton of that glimmer drill. So I'd expect that to see there. And then we get a little bit of the line blocking here in the controller she's holding. That's also that other 6 glimmer drill. So that's where this gray is going to go. But the metallics, so the numbers 7 and 8. So these are the ones where I'm like, where's this going to go? Let's see, if we look on our little cheat sheet off to the side here, I suspect, oh, we got more 6 right here. This is on the TV. We've got more of that gray glimmer on the TV that she's playing, or the console. Where are these metallics though? Oh, there's also 5 in her eyes. So that glimmer, that blue, she's got blue eyes. Okay, so the metallics. Let me see, because I'm not. Interesting. Trying to find these metallics on this canvas. It's gonna pop and be like, oh yeah, there it is. When it finally comes. So let's see, where are the metallics? Crystals are all in places that make sense. Okay. And so are the metallics. I would expect to see metallics again in the jewelry, and they are. So the metallics here, this orange metallic is outlining this part of her necklace. It's the number 8. Okay, so we've got that one here, a little bit here, a little bit of it here. Actually, some of it, wait, is that? No, that's not the number 8. Ooh, but I just found, wait. Oh, that's an E. Okay, that's an interesting printing. I've never had that look that way before. That E printing is a little bit unclear. That's a first. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So I thought maybe that was a 7, but it wasn't. It was a question mark. The question mark I thought was a 7. I'm like, I found the 7. No, you didn't. Okay, so there's not a ton of this 8. So we've got it outlining here. We do have it showing up in here a little bit in this like darker orange you see. That's in here. Ooh, that's going to be really pretty. Of course it's in her beautiful jewelry. And then we've got number 7, which is more of a true like bronze metallic. And that's going to be, see this dark line here? That's going to be outlining all of this, all of this, all of that. Outlining, all that cool stuff. So, and that's really it as far as the specials. So again, these specials are like really, oh, and then this is outlined. This is outlined right here with 7. And it goes all the way up. Oh, so I wonder if that means we get some of it here. We get some of it here, 7. This is not, that's a different color, but we've got some of the outlining here in 7. And we've got more metallic here. There's some 7, there's some 8. And then we also have that on that other side too. So we're gonna have metallics outlining this. We're gonna have the glimmer drills in between. We're gonna have that Lumos drill in the stars. We're gonna have a glimmer in her eye, literally. We're gonna have crystals in here, in her necklace, and then we're gonna have some glimmers in here, crystals and metallics in this outlining piece. So there you go. Okay, cool. So that's kind of where you're gonna get those specials. I'm gonna pack this one up and we're gonna take a look at my next kit. It's a hybrid rendered kit that I had glimmer drills added to, leaf blanket. See you in a minute. Alrighty, so I'm back to show you my hybrid kit that I chose for this piece, Cozy Leaf Blanket. It actually does not share the artist name on the website, so I'm thinking it'll be on my canvas. But anyway, so here's the original image. Actually, that's a mock-up of the image. Here's the original image. This like series with these animals being taken care of by these fairies are just like the most adorable thing. There's one with a frog, like in a frog hospital. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. That one ended up getting pixel charted, and I've never really been tempted to ever buy the same canvas twice, but let me tell you, that is tempting because it's a white tree frog. So anyway, I digress, but this is Cozy Leaf Blanket. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. So here is my box. And as you can see, it had something taped to it at one point. And the box here did get crunched in shipping or whatever that is, but the plastic on the outside is fine. So I don't know if that happened in the factory or what, but it's there. I'm not worried. I've actually had some canvases come that were so crunched that I filed a insurance claim with Jade. I sent her a picture and I was like, just so you know, and she was really gracious about it, and she was like, let's file that insurance claim for you. And so I ended up getting money back for that, which I used to help support her shop further. So okay, so that came off not very nice, but there's the artwork. Luckily, I don't store most of my kits in a box, so I'm not super worried about that, but it would be very easy to just tape it back on. I'm not super worried. Like I said, again, can I say another time? So we've got 78 colors in this one. This is such a cozy image. It's very much like fall for me. So 1, 2, 3 glimmers, 666, 3822, and 3865. So a standard red, a white color, and sort of a yellow. So that'll be fun to see. Let's pull out the drills here. So difference number 1 that you can definitely tell is the fact that our drills come different, right? So when you get a hybrid charted kit, they come in bags like this. I love that they have like the 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3. That helps me find them. I store them separate. But you will see a lot more plastic waste in this style because you'll have a lot of the same colors in smaller bags, just more of them. So there's our color palette. Absolutely beautiful. I'm going to set these off to the side. In this one, we got a carrot. So I love that. You get a little cover minder. Okay, so let's find the cover sheets and the sticker sheet. So we've got our lovely cover sheet and our, that's a lot of colors, 78, cool. Which means this is gonna be really beautifully, softly rendered. We've got a bookshelf in the background, our little mouse friend with the seeds. That was cute. Wait a sec. I don't see the seeds in this one. Did I get a cropped image of this? Hold on a second. I don't remember I don't normally ever do cropped because I love the full image, but I'm not seeing. Okay, so that is the full image here. No, I bought cropped. So you can see the difference here between the full image and the cropped image. Now, typically, if you end up with a cropped image, you can get the canvas smaller with more detail. But if you get this full image done in the same size as you get this, obviously you're gonna have less details on that. Oh, I love the full image though. I'm a little disappointed in myself that I grabbed the cropped image, but we're gonna take a look at that anyway. So you can see you have all these options: cropped, 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 cropped. Let's see. I wonder if I got the recommended cropped size. I got 70, 75. So I went above the recommended. Okay. Okay, that's why that looks that way. Whoops. This is the only time I've ever gotten this, a cropped option for the hybrid. But anyway, so we get our little friends. We get our fairy. That's adorable. And now we get our big freaking canvas. Okay, let's see. Woo! Oh yeah, so I'm sure already you can see there's a big difference between our pixel charter kit and our hybrid chart kit. Not to say that there's no color blocking at all in here, because there is. Like you can see over here in the flower, well, no, that's not really color blocking either. Here's a little bit right here, right here. And then you can see this is just going to be interwoven. Now that doesn't mean that you have to do that. You would run the risk of running out of drills if you decide to sub some drills out for other drills in the kit. You could run out of drills. However, it's your project. You can do what you want with it. And Jade also sells her drills separately. So if you asked her and placed an order with some spare drills, she could get you drills that would fit on here if you decide to sub things out. Anyway, but that gives you some really pretty soft detailing that I love about this. So here's our fairy friend. You can see a lot of confetti in her face, meaning lots of color changes, but that will make it look really, really good. Okay, and then you can see all of these. Sleepy cutie. Oh, she's just, sewing together this blanket for him. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love it. I mean, that's why I got this piece. You can see it sewn together and he's cozy and it's all good. Anyways, so what I'm going to do is now I will look for our 3 glimmer drills, because that is what I think is most helpful, is when someone gets a hybrid rendered kit and they show you what specials they got and where they went, because that is not something that you will know until you get the canvas in hand. So let me take a look through our drills, find the glimmers, and then point out to you where those are going to be. Now, if you end up getting a different type of drill, a specialty drill, or if you even get other drills in addition to these, those are something obviously I cannot show because I didn't ask for metallics and ABs and glows and all that stuff. I just get the glimmers, because I think that's one of the more popular choices anyway. So let me take a look through this canvas, find the glimmers, show them to you, and we'll discover where they're at. I'll be back in a minute. All right, so I found our specials. We've got these 3 here. They're all glimmers. That's what I tend to get added, if anything. There's 3822, 3865, and 666. So there's not a ton of these specials, okay? So that's kind of the luck of the draw when you get a hybrid rendered kit and you ask for specials to be added. You do not get to choose how many glimmers you get or how many of them or which on the canvas, and sometimes it's like very much makes sense and other times it doesn't. So for the most part, my luck has been very good with this. For the most part, my experience with getting specials added in is that they make sense. So we're going to start with the 666 glimmer. because it was really only found in one place, and that is the petals of this part right here. So you can see the symbol. This symbol, it's sort of that white rectangle with the line through it. I was surprised I only found it here. I thought maybe I would find it in the leaf blanket, but I didn't. I didn't find it there. I just found it over there. So that's not to say that there could be like one here or there sprinkled throughout. It is entirely possible that I missed it, but that's where I primarily found that one. Now the yellow glimmer drill 3822, this one is more where I would expect. So this is the umbrella symbol. So where I found this one was, let me go back up here. Where I found this one was a little bit in the wings, a little bit in her face, that yellow in her face. So you can see it's very close in color to that, I don't know if that's a 7 or what symbol on the canvas. So sometimes it looks like it would be somewhere that it's not. So it's sprinkled in the wings. It's sprinkled in this window. Nope, not there. It's kind of sprinkled in anywhere that you see the yellow. Once you get down to the mouse, however, there's a little bit more consistency. So it's here, there's here, and here, and here. It's not a ton. Like I would have thought it was this whole block, but it isn't. That's okay. But it is a little bit here in the face, and then we get a little bit of it highlighting down in here. Not too much of it in this leaf, but like 1 or 2 right here. So that's where we got our yellow, and then our 3865, which is this sort of like really pretty off-white color. It's like that person symbol. For that guy, I didn't really find it in the mouse as much, but I did find it, like, for instance, off here in like this, oops, in this like teacup. So you can see it here, a little blocky section. So it's kind of like highlighting that. We have it down here next to the fairy's leg. And then primarily where I found it was in the fairy's wings and highlighting some of the windows. So we do have it kind of highlighting here, highlighting here. I have it like sprinkled, see all the white in there? That's all that glimmer drill here, a little bit here. And then we have it like in the window at certain spots. So yeah, so that is where these 3 specials would go. So I'm going to pack this all up, and then I'll be back to finish in a second. Thanks for joining me on these unboxings and taking a look at where the specials are and what they were. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if these are on your wish list or something that you've already picked up or worked on, and what your thoughts were. I will have a link to these in the description box. Yeah, and if you wouldn't mind liking, subscribing, or commenting on the channel, it's a free way to help us and help other people find the community here. So I hope that you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!